They vape it, they snort it, they ingest it, and it's just rampant.
First at 6, Sheriff Vic Regalado says 56 inmates have overdosed on fentanyl in the Tulsa County Jail in the last 6 months. Thanks for joining us. I'm Craig Day.
And I'm Lori Fulbright. He says they were able to save all of them but one by using Narcan. But it's wiping out their Narcan supply. News on 6's Reagan Ledbetter is live with more on a problem that is only getting worse. Reagan?
Craig and Lori, Sheriff Vic Regalado tells me they're going through their Narcan supply like a knife through butter. He says it used to take a dose or two to revive someone. Now it takes twice that. Just recently, it took 13 doses just to bring back one inmate, and the sheriff says they can't keep up.
They will use their body cavities. They use the mail system. So people from the outside send them mail. They're able to melt down the fentanyl and attach it to the sticky part of envelopes. It's been smuggled in through vendors. I mean, you name it, they're pretty ingenious in getting it in.
Sheriff Vic Regalado says fentanyl is a crisis across the country, and it's no different inside the Tulsa County Jail. He says they have security measures in place like full body scans and shakedowns, but inmates have 24 hours a day to do nothing but figure out creative ways to get their drugs, which leaves jail staff playing catch-up.
It's a perfect storm of fentanyl crisis being entered into our country, our communities, our towns, and then on the flip side of that, instead of directing resources to addressing people's addictions, we're actually enabling them by legalizing drugs, by misdemeanorizing felony drug laws.
Regalado says the biggest problem is addiction, and he says resources need to be put toward addressing that, or law enforcement will never be able to keep up.
Of those 56 overdoses, those were committed in the presence of other inmates, and yet they will tell you it doesn't deter them because that's such an addiction problem.
Regalado says inmates have told jail workers they know the dangers, but they also know Narcan will save their life. The jail used 280 doses of fentanyl in the last 6 months.
We're willing to do that because we're saving these people's lives on a daily basis, but at some point we're going to come to a head here, and we may not have the resources to do that anymore. Narcan may not work.
What should I say? Now, the Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics says 300 people died from fentanyl overdoses in 2021 in our state, and the problem just keeps getting worse. Live in Tulsa, Reagan Ledbetter, Oklahoma's Own, News on 6.